The Persona 5 royal plot could go suck it.
Oh, it's not good.
It's not good for.
Wanted to throw.
So, I feel it's not worth one extra dungeon. Like, there should have been more than one.
Oh, it's only one. Yeah, I feel like
It's
that's also the problem
like,
with like Persona 4 Golden is it's only one dungeon, but like a lot of extra school days. And I'm like, you couldn't put like more than one dungeon.
well, here's my biggest issue. This is when the game was coming out, we were promised. We were promised 3 extra months in the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
A whole new semester.
The last trimester, yeah.
Yeah, whatever. That's what we were promised, right?
Yeah.
From what I can tell of the guide I was following, which I'm hoping is not true, and I'm hoping it's wrong. Doesn't matter really anyways, because I already did all the shit, but I'm still gonna be angry if it does. Is that as soon as I finish this, which ends on February 2nd, which is the second day of the second month you get of these, new next 3 months.
Yeah.
It just autos all the way through the rest of the game.
Oh, sort of like how Persona 4 originally did at the end of the game, or Persona 3 does at its end. Or like you
Or
beat the
Persona
final
5.
boss and it skips like a bunch of days.
Yeah,
Ew, ouch.
and as far as I can tell, there's only 3 events that happen: Valentine's Day, White Day, and fucking Joker's leaving.
Ouch.
And I'm like, so basically, what we got out of this was an extra month, 1 boss.
Yeah.
And
It does feel like, comparatively to like Persona 3 FES and Persona 4 the Golden, I feel like Persona 5 the Royale came out way too fast in comparison, you know?
Yeah, so here's the thing though, Persona 3 FES didn't really add much.
No, it
Of
didn't.
anything.
It didn't add like a it added like a social link and more and more
What
more
FES
personas,
did
but
was
also
added-
added the answer, and that was about it.
It added the answer, which wasn't much story-wise, but it was nice because it was the least game-wise. And there are times where I'm like, if I'm getting a game like this, I want more game. I don't care if it's a fucking
Yeah,
grind fest, just give
I
it.
feel like Atlas does better in like games that aren't Persona. Like look
Yeah.
at Devil Survivor 1. Or look at Devil Survivor 2. Like Strange Journey added like 2 dungeons, and I think that's so much better than just 1.
Yeah, and the one dungeon, and one of the dungeons it added was something you're doing constantly. You're going in after like every dungeon you've
Yeah,
been
because you can
through
do
and
one
adding-
floor after each dungeon.
So you're constantly going through it, and then like the Desu stuff, where
Desu
okay.
1 is like, oh, we added new content at the end of each game. At the end of each route. So there's a lot new
To
content.
to actually give you a definitive what happened after this, because
Yeah.
boy,
Because some of
I've
those were
never
bad, like
played the-
Yuzu's.
yeah, I've never played the original, so I don't know if the routes just end abruptly like they do
Apparently,
before that.
Yuzu's ends abruptly.
But holy crap, like if they actually do end like they do before they go on to that 7th day, good lord.
Thank you, game.
There's no plot. But it's kind of hard when it's. So Persona 5, it's over, it's done with. Like, it should be over and done with. And I'll admit what they did to like make it come back, like make the palaces come back, is interesting. It makes sense, and I'm okay with it. But it's like you took something that was completed, and you're like,
Here's little sprinkles
wait.
on top.
Yeah.
It's like, sure, that's nice, but like, it's not like adding an entire new scoop of ice cream to the top of your ice cream.
Yeah, it's like,
It's just a
and
small little change.
and maybe the final day of the dungeon is actually gonna be like really cool shit, really good
Yeah,
story wise, but I don't see that.
yeah. That was my biggest issue, was like, oh, they're adding in a new trimester. I hope that's a lot of content, but it's like, Now that you told me it's like it's not, I'm like, that's kind of sad.
Yeah, it's. I feel like
Look, it's
this would
that
have
one
been
boss
better
in all of the
coming out.
Nintendo's video games.
Dude, this is literally in every single fucking video game. But I feel like my biggest issue is this should have been DLC, not a game.
I don't think it can be DLC, because that's way.
I don't think it's plausible for it to have been DLC, but that's how it should have been.
Like, the dungeon
that's-
added could have been DLC.
Because that's
New party
basically-
member could have been DLC, but
Well, they do. That's the one thing they did right with this, was adding the new. Because they throw that party member in, you meet that party member in, like, and she's there constantly. She's just not a party member until the new content.
oh,
So she's constantly there, she's just not a party member. And again, I understand the reasonings for it. I don't like the reasonings for it. I mean, I do and don't like the reasonings for it. That they're, I'm like, why can't I just have this as a party?
I didn't want to jump off game.
She-
Oh,
she-
cool. I would like to jump back up.
Like, there's the point where she has her persona in October.
But she
And
doesn't
you
join
don't-
until.
She doesn't join until December 31st.
Ouch.
Technically?
That's kind of. Because that's like a huge part of what they kind of advertised. Was her being like a new character, but.
So you only get her for that 1 month, and she gets. I'm just gonna say it. She gets more character than fucking.
What?
She has more character than Haru.
Wow.
She has more screen time than Haru.
What the
does.
game? Let me get the fuck up here! Why is that a thing? Why is the like the iframes on that so terrible?
I don't know. That's awful. And I was laughing every minute it's happening.
No, you
but
weren't, because you were too busy talking about fucking Haru still getting no screen time.
Yeah, because she is getting no screen time. It's bad. Like, the love they show for Haru is completely backwards. Like,
You know what
I
I would
think
have
they
done?
hate Haru.
The things I hate about Persona 5, because I thought about this, because people keep talking about it nowadays. I would,
Yeah.
like for social links and stuff I would change. I would rework a bunch of social links from the ground up, because some of them I'm like, these don't work. I don't want to hit that,
Like,
I want to hit that.
almost all your party members?
Hmm?
Like, almost all your party members?
A lot of your party members aren't bad, but I would rework, like, Makoto's, Haru's, I'd probably keep Yusuke's, Futaba's alone, rework On's, Ryuji's, and probably leave Morgana's alone.
I have a bit of an issue with Futaba's, though.
What?
I feel like it's a bit of a retread of Sojiro's.
Yeah. But I think that's why I like it.
I have an issue because
It makes it feel important. It makes it feel like these two characters are connected and that they matter to each other. Because they do.
I like that, but I don't think you need two different social links that are telling the exact same story.
Yeah. They could be slightly
That's
different. I
why.
can agree with that, but I think
Because
I think it's
holy
better.
crap.
I think Futaba's is better than a majority of the other party members, though.
Like, I was doing a one-on-one with both of them, like doing Futaba in the morning or during the day, and then Sojiro at night, or like the entire social link on both of them.
Yeah.
And holy crap, I'm like, this story is the same on both of these characters.
Ah.
Like Futaba,
It's been a while, so for me, I
Futaba's
can't remember that, but yeah.
Futaba's is slightly different because hers is like, oh, let's get me outside and go on adventures and shit and get me outside of the house. I'm like, okay, but it's still the same.
Yeah. But I would, so I thought about it and how would we work it. I feel like social links, especially for main party members, should feel like they connect to the story, the main plot, and add stuff to the main plot. I feel like that's what makes a good confidant. And that's why I think
Like,
Futaba's and Yusuke's is good, because Futaba's relates to, like, you know, her mom and what made her, like, a recluse, which was a huge aspect of that arc of the story of the game.
Yeah,
And
then
Yusuke's
getting her
was
out
about
that
his dealing with the aftermath of Madarame, and also learning a little bit more about Madarame and how, like, Madarame actually raised and cared for him as a child.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's
And-
cool, because it gives us more about Futaba and why she became a you know, the thing, and why Yusuke, like, and it shows us what Yusuke's dealing with, as well as giving us insight into a main villain in this series, Madarame. I'm like, these are good social links because of that. But that's why I hate everyone else's or dislike them. Morgana is its own because it's plot related, but Makoto and Haru's has nothing to do with
going
anything
back-
with the plot.
Ryuji's does talk about
Kamoshida. And the track
Kamoshida
team that, like, Kamoshida ruined.
and track team as so I actually
I was
going
about to
back,
say,
I actually really
Ryuji's is
enjoyed
like, I feel like Ryuji would have the least amount of stuff I would change of it, because I'm like, it's almost perfect. I just wish it
It's
had a
almost
bigger
perfect.
focus on Kamoshida and what he had done in his actions that caused, you know, the people to, like, what Kamoshida did to Ryuji and the track team. I wish there was a bigger focus, and that would be it.
or throw like a big focus on the relationship between him and his mother,
Yeah.
because he keeps talking about his mother. I would have liked, okay, maybe we get to see the mother once or something like
So
that.
this is see right there. This is something I want to talk about. You know how on Social Link there's the bitchy magazine model who's trying to one up Anne, but Anne doesn't hate her?
Yep.
I think that's a cool idea for Anne to not hate the bitchy magazine model. Why is she the only character who doesn't show up anywhere else in the entire game but gets her own fucking cut off, like headshot, right? Like she gets her own self-portrait.
And a name. And
no,
a name.
no. Here's the thing. Like, the best thing to compare this to is Makoto's Social Link, because you know how on Social Link has, because Makoto's friend has a name and we learn it, but she doesn't get her own portfolio or, like, I mean, her own self-portrait, right? But like this random character in on Social Link does.
Right.
Like, I thought
I would,
when I saw on Social Link, I thought they were gonna do that for, like, everyone Social Link, where there'd be one character who's a reoccurring character, and they don't do that. Like, for Makoto's, it would be her best friend or her new friend. She would be a reoccurring character who would get, you know, like, her own portrait that would constantly show up throughout the game. Or, like, you know, Irai, his son, he doesn't get a portrait either.
Right.
Yeah, and like, why does like he's an important character, or like Yusuke, the person who tried to ask Yusuke to work for him as a painter, he shows up like constantly throughout that like Social Link, but he doesn't get a portrait either.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, they should have done that for every like Social Link, because there are like certain characters that like constantly show up throughout these Social Links, but they don't get a portrait. But this one character in the entire game, specifically for on Social Link, does. And I'm like, that doesn't make sense. Either do it for all of them, or do it for none of them.
I agree. I totally agree.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, you could easily do it, because Makoto's is already there. What?
Speaking of which, going to on Social Link.
It should have a greater focus on Shiho. I don't give a shit about this fucking random model fashion magazine character.
I think it could go one of two ways.
The fashion magazine model can be there, but Shiho is integral to On as a character, and she doesn't show up for the entire rest of the game, except like that one Social Link moment in her game.
Here's what I think they should have done with Fawn.
Oh,
I
right,
think
Jiggles!
they,
I forgot it's
they
the
had
story of
here.
Jiggles.
I think they had two choices here. Either make it mostly about Shiho and On,
Yeah.
and dealing with shit,
Mm-hmm.
or make it all about the modeling industry that she's in after the whole Kamoshida shit, and possibly make it like the whole like the darker side of the
Yeah.
industry, because that would have made it interesting.
Yeah.
And they could have. I think they should have chose one of those aspects to go with.
Yeah.
And instead, they just kind of like, oh, we're just gonna go with both because we don't know
Yeah.
which one. And I'm like, nope.
Oh shit! How do
You
I
need-
do barrier skip?
Oh, is this where you could do barrier skip?
Yeah. This is the famous speedrunning thing that people didn't know how to get fucking past it. Someone eventually found a way to get past it, and it's real fucking cool. I think you have to do something like this, and like you have to go like this, and then you have to like line up your camera specifically in a certain like direction, at a certain angle, and like there's just like a single pixel or something, and you can go through it.
Yeah. Well, anyways, and then there's Makoto Social Link. There's an issue with Makoto Social Link,
Okay, you know what I would do?
and it's not the friend.
It's not the friend. It's the
the
friend
fact-
is there.
it's
The
the
friend
fact-
does not help.
It's the fact that the friend is the social link, and it's
Yes.
like,
So if like I said, I'm like I thought about how I'd redo some of these social links, and the way I would redo Makoto social link is, remember how like there's a moment where like fucking Sai Nijima and Makoto are like arguing with each other and
yep.
get mad. I feel like it'd be a cooler fucking social link if it was about you trying to repair the relationship between both Sai Nijima and Makoto Nijima for Makoto Social Link.
And it'd be really good. That would really tie into what happens in Persona 5 Royal when you talk to them again, because shit happens, and it ties into that. Oh
See,
no!
The other reason why I say that is because Sai Nijima only gets screen time really in the hey, who did you talk to? Who's your social links? And I'm interrogating
And
you.
it's so dumb.
It would be so cool for her to be able to be incorporated into Makoto Nijima's story, because we'd be able to see more about Sai Nijima as a character and who she is and what she represents.
Speaking of Sai Nijima, just get rid of that social link.
I don't think
I
don't think you need to get rid of it. I think it needs to have
Well, here's
like-
the issue: is the whole idea of a social link is that you're getting closer to the character you're having a social link with.
I think they do that, but I think they just don't do it well.
I don't feel you ever get close to Sai Nijima.
I think
at all.
no, well, they're not social links, they're confidants. It's someone you can put your trust in, and she starts to
Put
put your
trust
trust
in and make a deal with. Yes,
Yeah, that's
I
what
get
she
that they're
does.
slightly different.
That's what her entire confidant is, though. Is she's learning to trust you and believe in you throughout that entire interrogation. Hey, look, it's the Master Sword.
Blah 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 blah.
I want it.
blah. I swear I saw blah blah in that freaking text
No, that
box.
was Jiggles. But yeah, like, right, because I'm saying if you make Makoto's confidant about also helping Sai, you would get more Sai
It would
Nijima
fit.
screen time, and we can learn who she is as a person and as a character, which we don't get to really, learn in the game. Besides her palace.
They fixed the catchies.
Yeah,
I have no complaints about that.
Yeah,
they
I'm
did
fine.
that. Great job.
yeah. You know what I would do with horrors? Remove the fiance bit and make it more so her dealing with the aftermath of her father's death. You know what you could do? Have one of the events, you attend Haru's dad's funeral with her.
Yeah.
You just go there and you're there for emotional support. And you know what you could do? You could have someone show up during the middle of the funeral and say, you should give me your power for the company. And you're like the main character and you're like, what the fuck? This is a funeral. Don't be a dick. Her dad's like, what the hell are you doing? This is not right? Like, you can defend her, or like you can have a moment where she yells at that guy instead, right? To show she grows as a character.
That could have been like, or that could have been like the start of the social link,
I feel
Or
like that would
confidant?
be a part of the social link where like you develop a bond of friendship and trust with her at the beginning, and
But I
then when
feel
she trusts you
timeline.
enough, she invites you to go to the funeral with her because she's like, I would like you to be there with me because I'm kind of, scared to be by myself
The
there or
one
something.
issue. The one issue I have with that is the timeline of the events. I feel like would have if that would have happened later, it would be too
Well,
late in the
when if someone dies, the
story.
funeral doesn't happen immediately. It takes a while, and so it wouldn't be that weird for
It
it to happen.
typically doesn't take 2 to 3 months.
Well, it would. I feel like it wouldn't be that off because CEO. Like a lot of people are gonna like want to be there and shit. I don't know. I feel like it wouldn't be weird for it to be like 3 to 4 months.
Well, yeah,
It would be weird,
I
but
guess,
it wouldn't be super weird. Also, by the way, they're all unfrozen out.
but I guess you could have also done the thing where you also have the entirety of Haru's be on a timeline and make it work that way.
By the way, we have the Master
she's-
Sword. It does more damage.
She's not there much. That's basically all the Master Sword does. Is an Ocarina of Time. So get off your high horse, people. It's literally just a sword that does more damage.
It's in
doesn't
every
have
game,
any special
dumbass. It's not just Ocarina of Time.
No, but I'm just saying, like, it doesn't do anything in this game. It's just the big sword that does more damage. Yay!
Ow.
It's not like plot essential. Anyways, other confidants that could have gone better. I feel like a lot of the side characters are fine as they are.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like Kawakami's perfect for the most part.
Yeah, but like I said, the only thing I would change for like other non-character stuff is make random characters in those social links have like portraits, like the
Half-Life.
the portraits like the model from Ons. That'd be
Yeah,
like the only
Half-Life.
thing I would change.
Give them some kind of life rather than just
Yeah.
being static characters so you don't care about.
Thank you, game. That's not what I wanted to do.
Or just characters you're eventually gonna have to force a change of heart into. Like,
Yeah. Thank you.
I forgot that after you take the sword away from the Dark Nut, it just goes into like full on. I'm just gonna beat you with my fucking fists.
Yeah. They're pretty strong. Thank you,
Pretty Chad, and
fucking 5 people.
And it just took a fucking spear off the ground. That's great.
I just want to fight one-on-one with people. It's so fucking annoying fighting like 3. Like, fighting like 2 Dark Nuts and like these assholes. Thank you. I want your belt.
I will say that the new character they added, everything they did with her is great. Like, how she's introduced, like, why she's integral to, like, the
characters.
plot of the game.
That's
In
nice.
general, like, her interactions and stuff, it's great. Um,
Damn it.
I just almost feel that they could have made her usable before.
Ah, loser. Nice armor. Thank you. Can you come over here instead of in the corner so I can actually do something? Boom! Nice belt, loser. It's mine now.
Yeah. Persona 5 Royal as a whole, did
Yeah.
all the life stuff that did make it a better game.
Yeah, quality of life stuff is always nice.
But
Assassino! Nice.
I don't know if it warrants.
A full game. Dude,
Yeah.
come on. I didn't want to do that. Thank you.
Yo, this Dark Nut's just going in with his shield.
I just want to fucking take off your helmet.
He's like, no, I'm not gonna let you do that.
Want to take your sword over here? Thank you. That's the only way I can actually counter you. I don't want to do that. Grab your fucking sword, hurry up. I want to steal your belt. Finally. Mine. Okay, now you're dead.
Why do you have to get his belt?
It's one of the collectibles. If we get 10 of them, we can give it to the guy on our home island and he teaches us a new technique.
Why'd you have to take off his helmet to get the belt?
Because sometimes the orbs don't spawn when you kill people. So sometimes, if the orbs spawn from a Dark Nut, we guarantee get the belt if we didn't steal it. But sometimes they don't spawn.
Okay, so why do you have to take off the helmet?
Can you speak louder? Because I can almost not fucking hear you.
Why do you have to take off his helmet to steal the frickin' belt?
Because that's where we are targeting to steal. I don't know why the game's bad. Like, the hook targets the head. I didn't know that was a thing either until I tried it earlier when I was fighting and we were talking about Persona. Thank you, Wall. I didn't know I was playing Dark Souls.
You are now.
Yep. I wish Dark Souls were fun. Like, some of the aspects of Dark Souls are like, ha ha ha, you didn't know this trap existed, so now you're dead, now you have to redo the past 10 minutes of the game. And I'm like, that's not good game design. That's like the Mario Maker level tier of game design, you know? Like, haha, you didn't know this was a thing that would kill you.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Right? Like, you walk through a fucking wall. Ow. Like in Mario Maker, you walk through a door and then you die. And it's like, that's your fault. You're supposed to know that if you walk through this door, you'll die. And it's like, how am I supposed to know that? You're supposed to figure it out by dying. And I'm like, why the fuck would that be good game design? And like, Dark Souls does that a lot.
Like, it's okay if you don't, like, lose progress from it.
But in Dark Souls, you have to typically, whenever that does happen, you typically end up redoing the past 5 to 10 minutes of content.
Like, but they have those really good, like, troll
Yeah,
Mario
like troll
games,
stuff where, like, it
but
hits you, but you don't die.
or the ones where you get on every single screen anyways. So it's like, okay, yeah, you died, but you lose 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's like you just saved at a bonfire, and then immediately afterwards you died.
And it's like, okay, that's fine, sure, that works.
I'm fine with that. It's like, oh, cool, I just respawned back in 5 seconds. Also, yeah, we had to kill them all. I'm not sure if you knew that.
But don't make it where you have to sit there and...
Like, oh, now I have to climb up and go and fucking walk past 20 enemies to get back to where I was again.
And, oh no, I didn't walk past this one the proper way, so it killed me, so I lost all the progress I could have gotten back.
Yeah.
Trying to get it back.
Yeah. That happens a lot of those games, where it's just like, sup, I'm a new enemy, and I'm like, that's fine, and it's like, cool, you died, now go redo the last 10 minutes to get to me again. I feel like that is very evidential with bosses, and that even happened in fucking Bloodborne, where it's like, cool, I'm gonna fight this boss, and I'm gonna know I'm gonna die to these boss a lot because it's a Dark Souls boss. They're super tough and difficult, and you're expected to die a couple of times to learn the patterns.
To learn their patterns and stuff, yeah.
But almost every boss in those games is never near, or they're near a fucking like a save point, right? But they're nowhere like near enough for it to be evidentially useful. it's like, oh cool, now I have to spend 5 minutes to get back to fight the boss again. Or you have to go and interweave and dodge 20 enemies to go and fight the boss again. It's like, I just want to fight the boss now.
Hope I don't get hit once.
It's like,
I hope I don't
get hit! So then I'm not at full health with the boss. Or if I get hit, I'm gonna have to heal one of my Estus flasks. And you only get like 10 of those, and I need all 10 for the boss fight that I just died at.
But wait, Luis. You're playing Dark Souls. You just need to get good enough where you never take damage from the boss. That's the only proper way to play the game.